Hello and welcome to a special edition of the Western Mass Democrat. I'm your host, Joseph Kaczynski. Tonight we're interviewing Tom Szczepaniak from the 2nd Berkshire District. Actually, Tom's from Dalton, but he decided to throw his hat into the ring for the 2nd Berkshire seat. Tom, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Joe. It's a pleasure to be here.
Appreciate you coming down. We'll answer the question, why you're running? Why did you throw your hat in the ring?
Well, first of all, I lace up my boots every day. My theme for my campaign is Boots to Boston. And the first thing I did on this campaign was talk to my family, and they're solidly supporting my candidacy for this election. That was a big thing because it does take out so much time. And the state is facing a $2 billion state deficit in these tough financial times. You know, and I figured I might as well step into that seat because I'm the best candidate for this election, being a selectman from Dalton, 3-term top vote getter from that district, that part of the district.
Yes.
You know, and I really want to emphasize that, the federal stimulus money is gone, the rainy day fund is just about depleted.
Yep.
And we need to I need to help the state legislator, the budget process, do the reform on that and keep a more open form of government. So those are the things that I truly believe in. And I believe, in doing so that, one of the things is that we can end Evacuation Day and Bunker Hill Day, of a savings of about $5 million. And also we're spending about $145 million for private lawyers. Now each agency throughout the state has its own legal counsel. There's no reason whatsoever to have that amount of money be spent on outside private counsel.
Yep, all the redundancy of service.
Correct.
Tommy, you mentioned you currently serve as a member of the Dalton Select Board, and you served on a number of commissions. I did some background research on you. How does that experience translate into service in Boston? Absolutely.
I don't only speak the words. I've proven in my actions. Anybody can say anything, but really getting your boots on the pavement and off and running is very important. I am a 3-term selectman. I am the president of the Berkshire County Selectmen's Association.
Yes.
I am on the Senior Center Building Committee. After 14 years, I'm very proud that project is going through. I was the chairman of the Feasibility Study Committee to get that done. And I wrote a bunch of ordinances and bylaws. The first one was for children. Children go by the high school on my way home, and the kids are out there, not on school property, but on public property, smoking cigarettes. And I go by there, my wife and I, he said, boy, that's just pathetic. Here they are in front of all the administrators, the school bus drivers, other kids, and they're out there, just smoking and everything. So what I did is, in Dalton, I wrote a Board of Health ordinance that no child under the age of 18 will be able to smoke in public. And I'll tell you, that really was a big thing for our community because people were sick of it. Yes. It was just a blatant, obvious that something needed to be done. And another thing was a recycling bylaw. Now, I own a trucking company. I'm a working man.
Yes.
I get up early and go to bed late, just like everybody else in this district. But a recycling bylaw that affected myself. I had to stood up for what I believe in. What we did is everybody that goes to the dump, they had to separate the recyclables. You put your glass in one container and your plastic in the others. But if you had to have your trash picked up privately, you could just throw it all in together and then off to the dump it was.
Yep.
So I wrote the bylaw that no more commercial haulers would be able to do that. They had to recycle just like everybody else. And I did sell that part of the business because I couldn't do it myself, but I truly believed in my ethics on that part.
Great.
So, thank you.
I've interviewed a number of candidates for various jobs coming up this fall, and one of my questions to all of them, there's a number of issues, of course, facing Massachusetts and the 2nd Berkshire District. To you, what's the most pressing issue facing the district and the state right now?
For me, it's a more open, transparent form of government. There's no more, and what I mean by that is no more consolidated amendments. What happens with the state legislature is it takes all the amendments since the Finneran era, I think that was 94, 95 in that time frame, and they put them all together and they go upstairs and decide what happens out of public view, no reporters, nobody knows what's going on, and they decide, on all those budget item line items, and then they come back down to the floor and release the budget.
Yes.
You know. I want to see the debate. I want to have the state reps, you know, accountable for their votes, you know, and any vote to raise taxes should be a roll call vote. It should be, you know, again, they should be accountable, and that's not happening. You know, it happens in Colorado and Montana and Vermont, but it doesn't happen here in Massachusetts. You know, just recently, the casino bill, mostly done behind closed doors. I would have liked to watch that whole thing and you know, really get to the heart of the debate there.
Yeah, I know the speaker was heavily criticized, particularly out west here, for his seemingly heavy-handed tactics against a number of state reps, you know, and getting his version of the bill passed and off to the Senate. But
oh, absolutely. I mean, and all this can be done in January. I mean, as soon as they open up the first session, you know, that's the first thing that they vote on is the rules for that session.
Yes.
So everybody can weigh in on it. And you know, frankly, I think there's enough reform-minded legislators to make this happen. Even a new one here in Franklin County, in the 2nd Franklin.
yes. I'm going to digress a little bit. I want to get back to you, Tom.
Sure.
Tell us about you and kind of what motivates you to run your business and want to run for state rep.
For me, I am a business owner. I am a small business owner. And, you know, I did start working for my father back, you know, before high school, during high school, and then after when I graduated, I worked in a family business. And, you know, I figured the grass was greener on the other side, so I went out and started my own business. And I started small. I grew my own way up, and, you know, I had some setbacks, and, you know, it's hard. It's definitely hard out there. And, but I did start Variety Trucking, and it's a very successful business today. You know, we've been in business for about 16 years. Wow. You know, I do demolition and heavy hauling, and I pick up garbage and whatever. I don't do trash anymore, just junk removal.
Yes, yes.
But, you know, it's a great business. And on my recreational time, I do, you know, I play golf, and, you know, I ski, I snowmobile, I ride motorcycle. You know, and I haven't rode in about, 20 years, so.
Yeah. Get the two-wheel vehicle out and head to Boston. That's
absolutely.
Quick way to get there.
It brings, you don't realize some of the obstacles that are important on the roads, like where they put the seam in the road and different stuff like that. But, you know, I am active in my community. In fact, you know, I do donate to our sports programs. I did coach our soccer, our Little League. You know, I am currently, a bunch of us business owners got together and we're donating a scoreboard for our Little League.
Okay, nice.
You know, and so that's
Tom.
That's me.
Great.
That's right.
We talked to Tom about this a little bit before the taping, and the size of the 2nd Berkshire. It's the biggest state rep district in the state. It's huge. It goes from the New York border all the way, excuse me, up to Northfield. And I just want to get your idea how you plan to cover such a big district and what your ideas for serving the district are. Okay.
Yes, I will have continue office hours at many town halls throughout the district. I think that is vital to a successful state representative. You know, you have to be out there with the community and live in a glass house per se. Yes. You know, and I have done that. I have proven that. You know, my truck's lettered, and everybody knows it's me. But you know, I already have one person up in Bernardston, and she's willing to take on that part of the county up there. Yes. And you know, I think there's like 4 or 5 key areas. You know, up north, down here in the middle, and then down over in Berkshire County. So. Yep. So with office hours out there, and also I'd like to keep going what our current state representative has, which is, you know, they have an email, they have an e-letter blast. It's a newsletter.
Yes, I receive it. Yes, Dennis.
Pump out.
Yeah, yes.
Just to keep in touch with the constituents.
Yeah, it's a great way. It's an economical way to keep in touch with folks. I know Dennis is very active with his emails, yes. Almost on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. He was sending out updates on legislation or what have you. So it's a great, and again, inexpensive way to keep in touch with folks. So. It is.
And I'm currently I'm already on Facebook, and I do Twitter. You know, I'm up on all the technology. Of course, tomorrow it'll probably be something new. Yeah, you know, naturally.
Yeah, it keeps going. I wanted to get off track a bit here and ask you about the ballot question in November regarding the sales tax reduction to 3%. Currently was upped at 6%, actually a little bit over 6%. And they,
6 and a quarter, I believe.
Yeah, and they want to knock it. The question would basically reduce it to 3%. I wanted your opinion on that. Good, bad, and different?
I think that's a bad call. I mean, the state is already $2 billion in deficit, so, you know, cutting the sales tax at this time right now is just going to put us behind the 8 ball even further. You know, that'll bring us up at least another $2.5 billion. I mean, so if you're looking at a $5 billion deficit, you know, we're not going to recover from that. You know, it's going to take a lot longer.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
So, you know, I cannot support that at this time. The liquor tax, you know, I know maybe you didn't mention that.
Yeah, yeah, that's on the ballot as well. Yep, yep.
That's about $100 million, which is a little bit easier to swallow.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
as being a beverage tax, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so I would support that reduction.
Yeah, there's a lot of buzz now on the sales tax reduction, but apparently the liquor tax question just hasn't really generated a lot of, I'm sure right before the election in November, it's going to, we're thinking primaries, but this is all general ballot stuff too, and that's down the road in November, so it's a bit farther off.
It is.
People are, you know, their attention isn't quite focused yet, but I'm sure it will generate some kind of buzz. Anything you want to mention that we haven't talked about? Any plugs you want to give? Last statement to the voters?
Yes. You know, I would really like to, one of my committee assignments, and I know we haven't talked about that, is the Committee on the Environment, Natural Resources, and Agriculture.
Okay.
That I have a passion for that committee. You know, I think in this rural district, I think we need a champion at the State House for those concerns. We have to take care of our working landscapes, our forests, you know, our ag department, you know, our farmers, our log producers, our forests. It's vital to this community. You know, it really, truly is. Yes. You know, and I am proud to be supported by the Massachusetts Motorcycles Association. I did get endorsed by those guys. Yep. You know, and again, I did jump on a Harley for first time in 20 years for a freedom ride and it was to benefit the veterans. Okay. Yep. You know, and you know, my campaign website is bootstoboston.com, meaning my work boots. I am a working man's candidate. Yep. You know, these hands and these boots have got me to this point in my life, and I really look forward to your support in September and then on November, because I will be there. We're working hard, and if anybody has any questions or would like to email or jump on a campaign, please check out the website. Great. And I do appreciate your time today. No, thank you, Tom. Thank you so much for coming. Good luck in September. My pleasure. Thanks for watching the interview, and please vote on September 14th. Thank you.